Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speak English with Christina, where you'll learn American culture and business know-how to become confident in English. Today, I am here with another of our special bonus video episodes, and I'm with Christina, who is one of our expert teachers and also one of our Fluency Club leaders. Christina, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you, Christina?
I'm doing good, doing good. Now, last week with Trisha, we talked about the program Speak Business English Confidently and how it combines customized private lessons with fluency practice sessions and how it's really the perfect program for busy professionals who don't have a lot of time, who are tired of feeling held back in their English. And today, Christina, we're going to get deeper into some of those topics as well. But before we do that, do you want to just introduce yourself? Because some of the students may not know you yet.
Oh, well, I'm from Virginia in the United States. I've lived in Nicaragua in the past for several years, so I speak Spanish. I also love sign language. I'm fluent in sign language. I'm learning Hindi at the moment, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. That's
Well,
probably challenging because it's so different.
I love languages. I love to experiment with cooking international dishes. I love to dance.
Oh, yeah. No,
Really
yeah.
interesting.
A lot of fun stuff. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Now, speaking about some of the things that we hear from our clients all the time, one of the big hesitations is, I just don't have time. And I think you and I can both relate to that because we have so many different projects and things going on in, personal lives, professional lives. So maybe we can talk a little bit about this idea of finding time and important versus urgent things. What do you think?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I do find one thing to be quite helpful
Mm-hmm.
is the Eisenhower Matrix,
Mm-hmm.
named
Yeah.
after President Eisenhower used it. It helps us to do more things and to reduce stress. It divides our tasks into 4 groups.
Mm-hmm.
So at the top of the matrix, it's between important and urgent. And
Right.
so sometimes an important task is rarely urgent,
Mm.
and then many times urgent tasks are rarely that important.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we divide into what is important and urgent. Those are the things that we do first.
Yeah.
And then you go to your important things,
Mm-hmm.
but then they're less urgent. You do
Okay.
that second.
Right.
This might be something like, for example, going to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know it's important, but it may not be urgent necessarily. So we do have a tendency to procrastinate, to put it
Yeah.
off.
Right. Exactly.
Like if you're training for a competition, obviously that's going to be urgent,
Urgent. Yeah.
time sensitive. But we do know that working out at the gym is important for our health.
Mm.
So yeah. So with the Eisenhower Matrix, you divide things into things that are not only important but also urgent
Mm-hmm.
first.
Right.
Then the second things that are important but they're less urgent. And then the third thing you move on to is the urgent things, but they're
Mm-hmm.
less important.
Mm-hmm.
These are
Yeah.
many times things that you can delegate to others.
Right.
And then number 4, the less urgent and less important things, many times you'll find that you don't even have to do them.
Yeah.
So
Right. It's like you feel like you do, or you spend time doing them. So if we kind of take that matrix and look at it from English point of view, maybe just looking at maybe important plus urgent and important but maybe less urgent. So something that's important and urgent might be if you have a job interview in English coming up in 3 days and you've got to prepare for something like that. Whereas maybe if it's not so urgent, but it is still very important, this might be, where a student has this goal of improving their English for their job because it's important for their career. It's going to help them be more comfortable in their work and just their personal satisfaction. So kind of like what you said about going to the gym, it's not super urgent, but if you do it, a lot of other aspects of your life are going to improve and you're going to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
just kind of in
I
your
have
everyday life.
Yeah, I have the Matrix. Do you want me to put it up?
Yeah, actually, if you've got that, maybe we could show that to people and kind of let them see visually what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just to kind of have an idea, right?
Yeah. Great idea.
This is to kind of give a visual there.
Okay.
First things first focus on important tasks to be done same day.
Right.
That's
Preparing
the urgent
job interviews or presentation that you have to do at the meeting today. Yeah.
Number 2, you move on to things that you can schedule. Number 3, those are the things you can delegate. And then number 4, the ones that a lot of times you find that you just really don't need to do.
You don't need to be doing those. Yeah. So scheduling actually, I think is, I always tell students, if you want to improve your English, you really have to put it into your schedule and to make the time. Otherwise, it's never going to be done. Yeah. And actually, that's a really good point because, in the program, Speak Business English Confidently, it really helps the student to schedule their English improvement. But at the same time, it's also very flexible because, you're working with your private teacher. So that could be you or Kara or Trisha or Matthew or any of the other teachers. So you schedule your individual lessons, but then you've also got the conversation sessions. It's a bit flexible because, there's 4 of them every week, but the student can come to any 1 or 2 sessions generally, or all of them, but the ones that, fit with their schedule. So it's in their schedule. And that really, I think, helps to make it much more concrete. And yeah, so yeah, I don't know. What's been your experience with that and with working with the students?
Yeah, much like going to the gym, I find that people tend to put it off. They procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
They don't schedule.
Yeah.
But if you don't schedule the things that are very important to you and your career, then you'll never do them.
Right.
So
yeah.
Speak Business English Confidently gives you the plan, you commit to it, you improve your English, you feel confident,
Right.
and you stop those feelings of painful emotions. For example, when you get with a colleague and you can't communicate in English, and now you're embarrassed, now you're upset, you feel like can't speak professionally like you really want, you can't express yourself like you really want, and you don't have that confidence level. It affects your career. It affects your confidence.
And it just makes you feel bad. I mean, that's, and we can just eliminate those bad feelings, I think. Yeah. With, some work. Maybe another hesitation sometimes for students is like the investment for the program, because this one it's around €1,000. We can do monthly payments, but when you look online at some of these platforms, where students can pick a teacher or whatever, and they might find a teacher for like $10 an hour or something like that, and the students may be thinking like, what's the difference? From your experience, I guess, working sort of as part of the Speak English with Christina team, what's the difference that you've seen?
Well, the difference is quality. A lot of the teachers that you see online, they teach general English. They teach children. They teach, a variety of different subjects and so forth.
Right. Yeah.
But the teachers in Speak Business English Confidently only work with professional adults. They're very specialized in this type of pedagogy. It's very personalized and very specific to your needs, and so that's what gives you that quality.
Yeah, and I think that's when it's something that is as important as like your career, it's worth going for that extra quality. Like those platforms are fantastic. Like I've used them to learn German and Italian, but my objective was like to be able to order food and just kind of make a little bit of conversation when I'm visiting those countries. But when I do coaching programs for my own work, I do want to have a coach that I know is going to be really just an expert in their field and the quality. And yeah, it's going to cost more, but I know that I'm putting my money in the right place because I'm going to get a better result from that. And that's kind of like why I like working with you guys, with all the teachers, because you're such good teachers. You've all got
You're
we
very
get
kind.
constant feed. No, I'd like, honestly, I don't know if you saw, I sent an email that we got from a student today, and she was super happy about one of the other programs that she worked with you guys on. And so we're always getting feedback because you guys, like, you're trained, you're qualified, and I think you bring that sort of, fun touch that we like to have in our courses, as part of Speak English with Christina. It's serious business stuff, but it's also fun and enjoyable, and community and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the community aspect very
Mm.
much so, because you have your one-on-one lessons with your teacher,
Mm-hmm.
but you also are part of the international community of teachers and
Yeah.
learners
Yeah.
when you're doing the group sessions, because all of them are business professionals. They are all in the same situation. They want to improve their English for their profession, for their job, for their work. It's very uplifting.
Yeah.
So this accountability also gets how you get to know the others.
Yeah.
They're looking for you, to be in class because
Yeah.
they're enjoying the conversations.
Yeah.
And you're helping one another. You're motivating one another.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher is always there on hand to help whenever you need them, but you get that comfort level with them.
Exactly. Yeah. And, I think, speaking of community and, working with some of the, the other members in the conversation group, a lot of times, sometimes students will contact me before they join the program and say, I'm a little worried because, okay, there's a teacher in there, but if I'm speaking English with other students or other, people who are learning English, am I going to learn their mistakes? Am I going to learn the wrong thing? And, you are one of the Fluency Club leaders. So what have you seen, just in terms of that?
Well, actually, I've noticed that the students, yes, they do have speaking errors.
Sure. Yeah.
But they never have the same errors.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. It's like they don't learn each other's mistakes.
No, what's
Yeah.
going to be your mistake, another student will know it correctly.
Right.
And what their mistake will be, you will know it correctly. You can help them. And then you both feel comfortable because you're both learning English. So there's not that intimidation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's, that I think that's really helpful. And plus, in addition to the conversation sessions, there's the one-on-one session, the private lesson with the teacher. So if you have a question or anything, you can ask in the Fluency Club because the teacher's there, but you can also go deeper, in the individual session as well. And, also, for the professionals in the program who are working internationally, like, they have to be able to also manage conversations with people of other nationalities, different levels, different accents, and you don't always speak with native speakers who articulate clearly like we teachers do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's really a very good advantage. The Fluency Club gives you that advantage because so many times we hear it. I'm from Spain. My colleagues are from China.
Yeah.
We both have accents.
Exactly. And I can't
We're speaking
understand their
English.
accent. So you have to work on,
The Fluency Club helps you to get completely comfortable with all those different accents that you're hearing and listening.
Right.
And then the next thing you know, you're making jokes and you're having a great time.
Yeah.
It's a great environment.
Yeah. No, it's really a lot of fun. And, I think that's why in the Speak Business English Confidently, we've got the two things, the individual lessons, so that you can really work on, your personal situations, your grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, whatever you need help with. And then also the conversation groups for the community, the fun, the international aspect of, working internationally today. Right. So, Christina, I just want to say thank you for, taking some time to share your experience and share your advice and share that Eisenhower Matrix with us. I think that's going to be a lot of help for the students to think about. So you guys, if you want to join the program, Speak Business English Confidently, go ahead and go to the link that will be below this video. And if you join before Saturday, March 21st, you're actually going to get 10% off the enrollment fees. There's a code in the notes as well. You're going to get as a bonus an individual live speaking evaluation before you start your program. And you're also going to have some live monthly question and answer sessions with me to answer any additional questions you have about English, business communication, anything. Christina, thanks a lot for sharing with us. And I'm sure the students are going to just really look forward to seeing you in the program. And I'll
Well, it was
talk
a
to you later.
pleasure.
Yeah, all
Take
right.
care.
Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.